And for updating sports across the globe, we'll move on to Aron Akerejola, who joins us from Qatar. Morning. Good morning, Aron.
Yes, good morning to you, Ayo. I must say that, yes, you can actually say good morning to you, Ayo. Good morning to you, Rufai. Good morning to you, Dr. Abati. Now, you can see just behind me, and that is the fact that the streets are very quiet today. Reason being that the Moroccans and the Atlas Lions and the supporters partied, celebrated, gyrated way into the night. As a matter of fact, they as at 4 a.m. this morning, they were still blaring their horns, waving their flags, driving around town, celebrating the phenomenon that is the Atlas Lions of Morocco and that massive feat that they actually achieved yesterday, thanks to their goalkeeper Bono, who came in hand to help the team rise to the occasion, saving 2 major penalties and certainly putting his team through to the quarterfinals of the ongoing 2022 Qatar World Cup. I must say that this is the 4th African team to have come this far, understanding in 1990, in 2002, in 2010 with the Black Stars of Ghana, and now Morocco can write their name into African folklore history to have been the 4th team to do that. And they are looking good for the money. If you'd ask me, it was a goalless draw in regulation time. They couldn't be separated, although Morocco and also Spain themselves had it all to play for, and more importantly, had chances to probably win it at the death. But unfortunately for them, they were not able to convert the chances. And on penalties, once again, the lottery of penalties, robbing Spain the wrong way. Spain and England go down in World Cup history as the most disappointing teams from 12 yards. You look at that and you say to yourself, deja vu all over again for the La Fiora of Spain, who have crashed out of the World Cup once again. A lot of people have questioned their style and the fact that maybe Spanish football is actually going out of fashion. Now, moving away from that, as they say, out with the old, in with the new. Goncalo Ramos wrote his name into World Cup history and actually into the heart of several Portuguese fans, as he was, of course, the big news from that game, the second quarterfinal or the final quarterfinal of the day. Of the round of 16, I beg your pardon, of the day, was that game against Portugal and Switzerland. And everyone questioned how Fernando Santos will drop Ronaldo. This is the first time Cristiano Ronaldo is starting on the bench in a major tournament since 2008. And boy, did Goncalo Ramos, a young man who actually got his debut playing against Nigeria, got his first goal against Nigeria, and look at what has happened. Throwing him straight into the deep end, and boy, did it deliver with 3 mastery goals. And I must say, at the moment, questions are being asked of Cristiano Ronaldo and his addition, and more important, his contribution to the team. A lot of people are questioning that because at full time, while the rest of the players were celebrating the goal glut, which was 6 goals to 1, Cristiano Ronaldo simply just walked out of the pitch, and people questioned his attitude. And they are saying that maybe that's the reason why Fernando Santos dropped him in the first place. But he's still the fan favorite because anytime he's been shown on the screen, when he came on in the 71st minute, celebrations greeted his arrival. But on the pitch of play, and where it matters the most, Cristiano Ronaldo failed to deliver. Once again, he came in when it was still 5-1. People would have felt probably he would have added the gloss to that. That did not happen. And questions are still being asked about Cristiano Ronaldo and his future, with Ronaldo himself saying that the deal with Al Nassr is a hoax. Now, finally, as we build up to what has been an eventful round of 16, and let's talk about the quarterfinals pairing that will begin on Friday with a big one. We will be having Brazil in action, and the Seleção have been looking good for the money, and they will be taking on Croatia in the first quarterfinals alongside Argentina themselves, who will be in action, and they will be hoping that this time around that they will be able to do their business against the Netherlands. The Orange of Holland will be hoping that they can maybe get one over the RB Selassie. That is a tie everyone is looking forward to, because that permutation will mean that if Brazil win their game, Argentina win theirs, they will be having a massive semi-final showing the South America giants will be going against each other. Brazil against Argentina. Fans are literally itching for that particular tie. But first of all, they will have to go past their respective opponents. Of course, let's see how that one plays out, but the permutation is still rife. And quickly, before I come to you, let's talk about the news coming in. And that is the fact that Said Mahmoud, we're talking about the man that was involved in a fracas with Samuel Eto'o Fuse. According to reports actually coming in, more information is actually coming in about that. We reported that yesterday afternoon, how Samuel Eto'o Fuse wrestled someone to the ground and actually hit him. This Said has actually gone to report to the police. He has actually made his case to the police here in Qatar. And more importantly, he said that he just asked Samuel Eto'o Fuse that what did he think about Papa Gassama, the very popular Gambian referee who officiated the Algeria-Cameroon game at the Nations Cup earlier this year. He said there were talks that he bribed Samuel Eto'o Fuse, who is the FA president of Cameroon, bribing Papa Gassama, and Samuel Eto'o Fuse completely lost it and attacked the man unprovoked, so to speak, some will say.
Thank you, Aron, for that. And I am excited about, obviously, Morocco, Africa, for fourth team to move on to the round of 8. Really exciting times for Africa. And it was beautiful to see how the continent united, just pushing up Morocco as one of our own. There have been conversations around them releasing a statement saying that they're dedicating this win to Arab nations and their country. And people are like, what about Africa? We are here, just supporting you and urging you on. But beyond that, it's interesting that you talk about Portugal and, in your discussion, Portugal, and that's the team that they face in the next match. And it's, for me, I'm looking at predictions around what the outcome would be. Who do you think your money is? Morocco has done excellently well thus far in the tournament. Portugal has done excitingly well as well. Brazil is also a front runner for the cup. They have also been outstanding so far in the tournament. What's your take around who's going to lift up the cup at the end of this tournament? Bearing in mind that obviously we are all rooting for Morocco. Let's lift that cup this year.
Okay, right, smart money is with Brazil at the moment. The Seleção have been dancing into every game and celebrating every win. Of course, save the blushes, save the fact that they blemished, which was the game against Cameroon where they rested players, but they are looking good for the money.
Okay, let's start with Brazil. I mean, you talked about Brazil, and the Brazilians, they were celebrating Pelé the other day when they managed to beat South Korea convincingly. And, we're told that Pelé is in very stable condition. And you recall in that match with South Korea, he himself had said he had great hopes and he was watching them. But it's good, reassuring to hear that Pelé is in a safe place in the hospital and is being taken good care of. That's one. Two, yes, Morocco. Morocco's triumph yesterday over Spain was quite impressive. And although Spain had better ball possession, the Moroccans had better openings. And when it came to the penalty shootout, although Luis Enrique had said that, that's the coach, the Spanish coach, had said that they practiced and tried about 1,000 penalty shots, but the goalkeeper stood between them and victory yesterday. But Luis Enrique said nobody should blame his team. His team still did well. But I think Morocco's triumph is historic. Another major upset in this year's World Cup, with Morocco being the first Arab country in the history of the World Cup to go beyond, the knockout stage. And that was why that victory was celebrated, as you started with, everywhere, not just in Doha, but also in Brussels, on the streets of Casablanca, and everywhere in Morocco, even if there was some rioting again in Brussels. But history was made. It doesn't matter what happens to Morocco after this stage. And they could still spring, additional surprise. But whatever happens, they've made that history, and I think it's impressive. It's considered victory for the Arab world, for Africa, and also for Morocco. And that's why the song is Alele Maghreb, Alele Maghreb. So we hope that they will go on and achieve more. As for Cristiano Ronaldo, the superstar that nobody wanted, he was rejected by Manchester United. Now he was also humiliated yesterday. That's what his sister says. I'm quoting his sister, by Fernando Santos, who refused to put him up, left him on the bench because previously he had showed attitude when he was not when he was substituted, and so the coach just decided, look, I'm in charge here. But as it happens, his replacement got his opportunity to have a place in the sun. Well, I mean, everybody has been praising, what's his name again? Ramos? Yes, Ramos. Goncalo Ramos, who scored a hat-trick. And then in this, was it 67 minutes or so, or 71st minute, there was an attempt by Ronaldo to score, but that was considered offside. But again, he still showed the same attitude that the coach was complaining about, because he walked off, the pitch alone. He didn't join in the celebration. But he has an obligation to continue to provide leadership. And he must also know that he's 37, Ramos is 21. Some of these young people, we have seen them doing exceptionally well at the World Cup.
He still remains the GOAT, though. I said he still remains the GOAT, though.
Yes, of course. I mean, he's special. He's a legend. He has made history. But he needs to provide more leadership and not throw tantrums.
Absolutely.